Holy crap! Hey, get out of here, you. Whew. Oh my God! This is awesome! Okay, why am I going toward the big flaming ball of death that's currently being bombed by the Air Force? Something tells me I don't want to have anything to do with it. Oh yeah, accuracy is for chumps. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Ty from the Gaming Helm, and this week we're going to look at, of all things, a mobile game. But not just any one. This one is actually innovation in motion. And we're talking about Into the Dead Part 2. The first one started out as a zero-story simple concept, try to last as long as possible before you inevitably make a mistake and you die. Seriously, that freaking cornfield just gets me every time. And at the time of this recording, I thought, before I even made this episode, that the third game, which is called Our Darkest Days, was released on PC, but it looks like it got delayed by Pickpocket. But that's okay. Let it cook. Don't take it out of the oven too early. If it ain't ready, don't sell it yet. But from what I saw out of early beta footage, it looks pretty good. Kind of like This War of Mine meets zombies, and that's okay because This War of Mine was legit. Now, Into the Dead 2. A step up from the original. Instead of it just being a simple last as long as possible, infinite loop, no way to win until you inevitably die. No, in this one, there is story. There's voice actors, graphic improvements, inventory that you have to manage, upgradable weapons, pets that you get to bring with you on missions, including a freaking tiger if you play the side missions. And if that wasn't enough for you, multiple endings. You see, at the end of every level, you'll notice that you'll get a star rating. You'll get one no matter what if you beat the level, but if you fulfill specific conditions, then you'll get up to maybe 5 stars. As the levels progress, each chapter, that you go deeper into the game, the zombies get more and more squishy. They get tougher. The levels get harder. The game progression is actually natural, not unfair, but it gets pretty tough towards the end because at the end of the day, this is a mobile game. It's freemium, pay to win. So if you want to ditch the challenge, you can spend real-world money to upgrade your weapons and your stats and whatnot to easily beat the game. Or if you want to do it legit, it's a bit of a grind. Full disclosure, that kind of sucks. Plus, in between every level, there's going to be trailers for other video games, all these commercials, but you can turn the game into offline mode. Just disconnect your internet, that's fine. But the problem is when you do that, you lose a couple of the features of the game as well. So there's a drawback. It is a mobile game. But the game itself, the addicting part is, just like in the original, is as you play it off your cell phone, you can tilt the screen and your guy will respond to the movement. That's awesome because you can even set it to just pushing buttons. That works too, but honestly, I like the whole tilt the screen shtick. It makes the game a little bit more immersive. It really does. It just sucks you in. Plus, like I said, the voice actors are pretty decent. You play the role of a guy named James. The story is pretty cookie cutter, basic. Trying to get to his family before it's too late. But the whole game, they always just seem to be out of reach. You can't seem to always catch up to them. There's a doomsday cult. You have to get a good cult in a zombie game. And depending on the ending, depending on how many stars you get, will determine whether or not it will be good, bad endings, family dies, family survives. It's up to you. Plus, as an added bonus, the side missions. They offer 12 levels, but there's 12 side missions total. and they give you a lot of plot filler. Like they show you some of James's little side adventures. You get the complete story. Also, a couple of background characters that you never get to see, but you hear them because at the end of every level, James is trying to communicate to his family on a radio, and you hear other people. You get to see their side of the apocalypse. However, minor caveat. The biggest problem, though, with the side stories is there is actually a real-life time delay before you can go from episode to episode to episode. Instead of simply just beating the episode and immediately going into the next one on these side stories, you have to wait 7 days before you're allowed to play the next one. And there's, like I said, 12 of these side stories. So you can, if you're, depending on which one you want to play, you might have to wait over 70 days if it's at the opposite end of the track and you have to wait 7 days at a time for the next episode to start. There is 2 ways around this. You can do the 3-day free trial, but you only get one of those, so make it count. Put a few days aside if you got the time and burn right through all of them, or you have to pay for it to be a VIP member. Again, freemium game. There are these drawbacks that really suck because this game has got so much going for it. It's a lot of fun, and at the end of the day, that's what we want in a video game: enjoyment. It has to entertain, and it delivers. But because of all the typical mobile freemium, pay to win, so many trailers, and it's just, there's a lot of drawbacks that I personally just cannot ignore. All right, so now you heard the testimony. It's time for the verdict. I will give Into the Dead 2 a 7 out of 10. Because like I said, offline mode penalizes you. You don't have to do the trailers, which means you can play a lot more faster, but you lose a lot of features. The time delay to do side stories, that's another point off. I mean, there's a hell of a long wait, unless you want to pay for it, and all the microtransactions, freemium nature of a mobile game, that sucks. It takes away from the experience. I get it, pickpocket, you gotta make your green somehow. I get it, because the game itself, as a mobile game, it's free. And for what you get as a free game, I would definitely recommend it to you. It's a lot of fun. The tone, the music is like peak The Walking Dead good. I do have no problem recommending it, but because of all the unfortunate natures of a typical mobile game, do plague this experience. But still, I would recommend it. So, that about wraps it up. Hope you enjoyed this episode of The Gaming Helm, and I'd still recommend. I know it might sound like a low score, but it's still a great game. You should try it out. So, that said, as always, you have yourself a great day, and we'll see you soon. Yep, we're back. It's good to be back.